I am not, as I'm sure you are, not too encouraged by this situation. I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to get through this, trying to compare prices. And like I said, what I found in looking at the different banks is on one hand, somebody may have a little better deal on over-the-counter withdrawal after the first free one, but then they hit you in the pants for the actual transaction costs. And who does, which institution is not hitting you for the transaction costs is going to hit you for the service costs. At the end of the day, when you married out, you're coming out about the same thing.
Exactly. And then the question is there, like I said, is there some cartel? Is there a monopoly? Is there some agreement between the banks in charging these fees? And should that really be happening?
Something must be done also about this this allegation that what banks do, for instance, is if they get three checks, debit checks, checks that are going to debit your account, they take the highest one and hit your account first to run you into either
overdraft or some kind of thing like that.
Totally ridiculous. Our telephone number, we're just going to see if we can grab two calls on this, or anyone with a view on this, either to making it clearer for us or having a question for Rishi Maharaj, the CEO of Disclosure Today. Is an area that I'm trying to get him, his organization, and like organizations to include in what they do, which is to get some changes here. Our telephone number here at the studio is 628-2250, 628-2250, and 628-9107. Those are the two numbers, 628-2250 and 628-9107. We're going to open this just with any input that you have to make on this. Have you heard anything coming out of the government regarding this? Because I remember it was raised, the question of savings account not really yielding anything. I know there was some comment made of it. I don't recall the specific details, so I'm a little wary of repeating, but I know it was addressed by a government minister. Do you recall any such thing, or are you hearing anything yourself?
Well, I know. I also heard it being raised with regards to the fact that people are putting their money into the banks and they're not getting money in return. So it has been raised in the government, but then, of course, in my mind, it also goes back to campaign finances and who is actually funding. I mean, somehow they all seem to be linked.
Yes,
I mean,
the interests. Yes.
How much power or how much desire is there for any government to be able to go after these things if there's the money that they're getting for their campaign comes from these parties? Well, again, I mean, a lot of laws we haven't tried to be old laws that we inherited from the colonial days and the banking laws and all these different kind of laws. So I think we really need to holistically look at our financial services system. I mean, this only touches the bank. I mean, we somehow seem to take a knee-jerk reaction. And let's look at the example of CLICO. And when CLICO eventually exploded, and the knee-jerk reaction we had now put in legislation in place because we realized the legislation we had was poor to begin with. We need to really look at holistically our financial services sector, which of course plays a very important role in our financial sustainability as a country, and really put in terms of proper things in place to not only protect the institutions, because institutions are important, but also to put things in place to protect the customers and the consumers of these institutions, and to somehow to have them work together.
And that is so important, because the idea of discussing what is wrong with the institution or institutions is not for saying that it's not necessary. They are necessary, and you want to encourage them. But for God's sake, can I get back something on what I gave? I almost had a heart attack when I sat down and decided to really look in detail at my first bank statement. I mean, it did cost to request it. And I looked at it and I went like, what? I have a new system. I'll tell you about it in a little while. Let's go back to the telephone. Good morning. Who is this?
Good morning. My name is Natasha. I'm calling from Princestown.
Thank you so much, Natasha. Good morning. Rishi Maharaj is with me. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. I'd like to say, or I'd like to confirm that there is one financial institution which does allow withdrawals with the amounts of $100 bills and $50 bills. Previously, it would have been $100 bills and $20 bills. So persons that may have $49 in their account and would have hoped to withdraw $40 now would not be able to do so at that particular institution because the minimum is $50 bills coming out of the ATM.
Yep. I know the institution and choose not to call the name because we won't do that, but I know exactly that of which you speak. I thank you so very much for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And that just cannot be right. You cannot force someone to take out, if you have only $14 in your account and you want to use it, because of course pay is right around the corner. To then say, well, I can't take it out, or I have to now go and line up in this long line to be able to take out some kind of money.
And pay money over the counter to do it. This is legal tender.
It just cannot be correct.
The government has not outlawed $20 bills. People still use it. At the end of the day, it is where they make their most money, because uninformed or low information clientele is really the desired clientele they go to for this.
Exactly.
Because that way the predator can operate. But as I said, even the so-called informed, unless you take the time and you start breaking down the sundry charges and you start looking at every single thing on your bill, which can take you a week, you're guilty of it. I mean, you're a victim of it. We are all victims of this, Rishi.
We are. And again, I think the caller makes the correct point. You have to realize who holds the power in all of this. And the end of the day, the power is held by the citizenry, because we are the ones who deposit our monies within these institutions. So I think it's up to us now to have a united voice, or have some kind of advocacy voice, in which we really make a public appeal to those who have the power to be able to do it and to intervene on our behalf to really get to really address these issues.
This is where it started. When it started out with this minimum balance you must have in an account. When they got to the minimum balance, that was opening the door. That's why sometimes, people say that you're crying wolf, but the minute you see the door open, you have to look way down the line as to where it can lead to. Because once you open the door, these things start slipping in.
Exactly.
All right, callers, we want to thank you so much for contributing in that area. My guest is Rishi Maharaj. We have gone on with this. We have given the best advice. I think there's some things we need to look out for. Avoid ATMs that are not part of your network. If you can, avoid the ATM. I did mention that I am contemplating. This is not legal advice. I don't even play one on the radio, a legal advisor. But one of the things I realize that I need to do is to take my money, make one withdrawal, keep the cash, or put it in some place where I'm allowed to if my account can't go there. Right. And that's the best way to do this. At least I get my one free withdrawal. I mean, it is unbelievable that I have one. I have to go there and grab this money and stay with it. Otherwise, just keep paying these fees all the time. The bottom line, it remains, however, most places, plastic is the coin of the realm now.
That's how it goes now. I mean, people don't want to walk around with cash in their pockets anymore. They want to use their links, or they want to use their credit card.
And there is the convenience. I mean, the credit card is a convenience. And you don't mind paying for the convenience, but good Lord, you don't have to hijack me in order for me to use that convenience.
Exactly. And that's what they prey on you with regards to these things.
We're hoping that to get into, I'm going to attempt to get the financial ombudsman and find out if he's so disposed to coming and spending some time with us and see if we can explore exactly what can be done about this, because just about everywhere you turn, people are talking about it. I mean, service is one thing that's almost absent. We just have to wait forever to get our own things done. But then these charges are snuck in all the time. Somebody mentioned to me, Caller, I'm getting to you in 1 second. Somebody mentioned to me, they get the feeling that this is a filter being introduced by a lot of banks to get rid of the low deposits in their accounts. Yeah, like they put this thing, you got $100 inside of them, we'll charge you $15 for maintenance, I'm going to charge you for everything you try to find out about. That way, before you know it, your $100 is gone. It's no longer profitable staying there, so you don't deposit, and they only get their money off their big depositors. As a senior hall used to say, things that make you go, It's 50 minutes away from the top of the hour. My guest is Rishi Maharaj. He is the CEO of Disclosure Today. Something happened yesterday. It was very, very important. The House of Representatives passed a bill, and I am encouraged by it. And the first thing I said to Rishi, man, you see what happened yesterday? And he goes, temper your excitement, Bishop. I have seen many laws passed. Nothing done. We'll talk about that when I come back.